Hey guys, it's Godford here with another Cardfight Vanguard deck list. Now, as you know, I love playing Neon Gyze, and obviously since I showed Neon Gyze, we know what this deck list is about. It is about Dragon Deity of Destruction Gyze, and yes, I remember buying this when it was like 20 bucks. Now it's like 100 or so, and I'm like, Jesus, good thing I bought this like before. But anyway, I discovered some funky stuff because in the previous deck list for Gyze, doesn't have any counters to Shadow Paladin or Link Joker per se. And so now there is a way to do a hard counter against Shadow Paladins, Dark Dragon, Phantom Blast, or Diablo, which basically is retire 3 of your rear guards, your opponent has to retire 2, but since the other dragons can't be affected except by Gyze, you can't retire and you can't guard from hand, so you can only use blitz orders. And luckily, with the latest release of the latest set in Overdress, there are now generic blitz orders that are helpful in getting around that guard restrict. And we'll just go over this new deck list for Neon Gyze, because, man, I'm pretty proud of my Gyze build. Say what you want on the comments below, but I put a lot of time and effort and time crunching to this. All right, so we're going to start off with the triggers. I already have them laid out for you guys to see. I finally took people's advice and took out the crits down to the critinal. I have 5 draws, so basically 3 protection magic per Obi, and then 2 Battle Cupid no seals. So I finally took the advice. And then next we have 4 stands. We got 3 Happy Bell no seals and 1 Doctroid Refros. No seal is mainly there to gain soul, plus get cards and damage that you really need. Of course, we have Black Spark Munkar. It is a great critinal just for that situation where you can't do a perfect guard, but you can just guard with high shield. Next, we have the Over Trigger. Let's see if I can read it. It's so shiny it hurts. True Arbiter, Dragon of 100 Swords, Baral Vals. I think that's the name. I can't tell. It's the new one. Bard of Heavenly Song Alpac is at 1, and then of course we have 4 Transcendent Divider Cassials. So those are the triggers for this build of Dragon Deity Destruction Gyze for 2023. So next we're going to go into the grade 1s. Very simple, really. We have 1 Palladium Zeal Dragon, 2 Light Elemental Hanalies, 4 of the Black Call Nakir's premium version, and then we have 4 Black Closer Zophiels. So the reason why there's 4 Nakirs is that way you can get your copies of Gavriel, so that way you can Ultimate Stride. Essentially, Angel Feather Neon Gyze is a turbo Gyze deck. So essentially, you go first. You should try an Ultimate Stride when your opponent's grade 2, which apparently is funny. You can do that with the Angel Feather Turbo build. I've done it sometimes, and it's really funny. But that is the grade 1s. I did take out Kind Care Sarthael because really, when you go into Gyze, you can't really recycle cards. It just goes down to the win condition, essentially. Win condition, but you know what I mean. Deal 5 damage to your opponent if you have 5 Zeroth Dragons on your rearguard circles, right? Right, here's the grade 2s. I mixed it up a bit. Instead of 10 grade 2s this time, it's going to be 12. Now, I'm going to put this to the side to explain that one. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of what I realized when I opened the box of the new set. I was looking through my friend's bulk of the latest set, which is Clash of the Heroes, I believe. Yeah, Clash of the Heroes. And I found this generic order, and I was like, oh, no way. That's funny. I can use it to get around guard restricts. So we have 4 Black Aquarius Jafkeel. And then we have 4 Black Mapping Solafiols. Then we have 2 Pricking Nurse, and then 2 Mine as Your Country's Foundation. This is a grade 2 blitz order that came out with Clash of the Heroes, and it is a funny generic Keter Sanctuary order. But first, let's go over this. So, of course, we have Jafkeel and Solafiol. These 2 are the units you need to turbo. So you basically do rescue checks. Heal 1, damage 1 to yourself. Pricking Nurse here is really useful. I decided to put it in there so that way if I can't get a certain grade 1 Nakir, then I can use Pricking Nurse to get it for me. And then finally, here are the 2 of. So basically, generic sense, I tell you. So basically, you play this card with discarding a card from your hand. So essentially, it's like a Perfect Guard. And then you choose one of your units being attacked. It gets 5,000 power until end of the battle. And it's funny, right? Oh, 5,000. Gyze can't be affected by 5,000 power, of course. But then, the end of it. Choose up to 4 heals from your drop and call them to Guardian Circle, which means I won't be guarding from hand, I'll be superior calling from the drop. So essentially, this card right here gets around Guard Restrict from Shadow Paladin's Dark Dragon Phantom Blaster Diablo. That is the kill turn. That is literally what kills Gyze. It's like a hard kill. And then Link Joker, like, there's like, so far, there's like no way to avoid the force call over your Xerath Dragons, which sends them back to the generation zone, funnily enough. But anyway, these are the grade 2s, so I'm proud of this. I switched from Armati, so that way I can try and get a bit more consistency, because Armati, Wild Shot Celestial Armati, I believe. No, it's Wild Shot Celestial regular. But either way, there's a grade 2 premium version of Armati that basically Soul Blast 1, Superior Call a unit from damage, replace it with the top card of your deck face down, but that was pretty much a high baller move. This one makes the deck more consistent, so that's why I have 12 grade 2s. Next, we have our grade 3s. Let's start off with this. The Hour of Holy Judgment Cometh. I have a 1 of because I got this one, and I decreased the amount of grade 1s to, I believe, 11? Yeah, 11 grade 1s, yeah. I should know, oh my gosh. Anyway, we have 4 Black Observe Hamuels, and of course, 4 Black Shiver Gabriels, all V-Series. I know what you're thinking, maybe you could have done, you know, what I could have done is like probably do the premium collection one where I do 2 of the premium versions instead of the V-Series version, so that way, you know, when I go first I can stride and do multi-attack. But the point of this deck is the turbo into Gyze. And when you play Gyze, you don't want to give your opponent too much sources to work with. You want to give them 1 damage, at least 1 damage, because using Dragon Deity Destruction Gyze skill, you basically deal 5 damage because you'll have superior called 5 Xerath Dragons from your bind zone to your rearguard circle, So yeah, that's the grade 3s. So I have 9 grade 3s, 12 grade 2s, 11 grade 1s, and 17 grade 0s, but anyway. So yeah, that is the main deck. Now we go into the generation zone. So of course you have your Neon Gyze, and what's funny enough is I have my Guardian Shield ticket. We have 4 Imaginary Gift Protects, because you really don't need that many. And then now we're going to go into the Generation Guardians. Of course, it's Classic 4, Black Seraph Elolith, Super Mobile Hospital Ferment Glands, Holy Seraph Cereal, and then Holy Seraph Perishal. Those are the 4 Generation Guardians I'm sticking with, just to make room for others, and also I just like to have just the 4 of. So we got that for the Generation Guardians, and then for the rest of the Generation units, of course, you need your 5 Xerath Dragons, and I'm a high baller, because I wanted 1 for each nation, except for United Sanctuary, because, you know, you can't have that with an overtrigger, sadly enough. So we have Xerath Dragon of Destroy Star Stark, Xerath Dragon of Distant Sea Megiddo, Xerath Dragon of Death Garden Zoa, Xerath Dragon of End of the World Dust, and then Xerath Dragon of Inferno Drachma. So you need to have 5 Xerath Dragons. That is a must. That is a requirement for a Neon Gyze or Dragon Deity of Destruction Gyze. So that is those generation units. Now for the generic ones, well, here they are. So we got 4 Holy Seraph Zafkiels. We got 1 Evangel Seraph Raphael Mitra, and then we got 1 Holy Seraph Basasael, and of course we have 1 Harmonix Messiah. It's the eroded one. So Zafkiel is here to help you get 6 drives. That's essentially it. Raphael Mitra is basically there to just, hey, you might die, let me just go ahead and heal. I mean, you discard 2 cards, but with the amount of times you might end up drawing from, you know, damage checking yourself, I mean, like, it's kind of a small price to pay to try and survive. So there's that. Basasael is there, so that way you don't die at 6, you die at 7 or 8. And then, of course, you have Harmonix Messiah, because, hey, funny shenanigans, why not? Give me my Guardian Shield ticket. So this one is pretty useful. So those are the generics I have. You could sub Mitra with another Basasael, honestly, but hey, it's just options, you know? So anyway, that is the generation zone for Dragon Deity of Destruction, Gyze. So, with that being said, that is the deck profile for this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. I know people aren't fond of this build or whatever, but I'm fond of it. I'm an Angel Feather player at heart. Love Angel Feather. So, yeah. So that's the Gyze deck list. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.